breakout player and undeniably star of the series so far, Max Bayer, is having a record-breaking Season 3 here in our realistic Borussia Dortmund career mode. And if he continues in this prolific goal-scoring form, he could well fire us to the top of the Bundesliga by the end of today's episode. That's right, as we approach the end of the season, Max Bayer is currently on a goal a game in all competitions, 34 in 34. That's triple the amount of our next top goal scorer, Karim Adeyemi, and it's taken him just a single additional game to get there. Plus, he has 5 assists to his name. With 3 months left to play, Bayer has already broken Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's record of 31 goals in a single Bundesliga season. And he's also eclipsed Erling Haaland's best ever season in a Dortmund shirt, 27 goals back in the 2020-2021 campaign. And we could really use a few more goals from Bayer today as we embark on a month that could make or break our tenure, that could define the series. Because in our featured game, we will be taking on, at Signal Iduna Park, the current Bundesliga champions and league leaders Bayern Munich. We're just a point behind Bayern at this stage, and if we do manage to beat them, not only will we take top spot from them, but we also will have handed them their first defeat of the season. Just as hot on our tails in third position, though, is Bayer Leverkusen, and I'll show you highlights of our home fixture against them to close the episode, as well as our opening game against Barcelona in another pivotal fixture in the round of 16 of the Champions League. And we will quick sim the remaining fixtures, the return leg against Barcelona, and an away trip to Wolfsburg. Now, it is a Tuesday-Saturday week, and I do want to prioritise our players being fresh for that Bayern Munich game, so we will be starting a somewhat rotated 11 as we take on Barcelona in the Champions League. Frankowski, Kabak, Koulibaly all come in along the back four. Arne Engels starts in midfield, and Mitoma joins Thomas and Buzzko up front alongside Adeyemi. Now, we did beat Barcelona in the league portion of the Champions League earlier this season, but it was Barca who started brighter. It certainly looked as though they were looking to avenge that defeat, and we were hanging on for dear life early in the game. But we defended well, and we took our chance when it came, catching Barca napping from a throw-in, Thiago Thomas squaring for Daniel Buzzko to apply the finish in the 6-yard box. But Barca didn't let their heads drop, and they did manage to get back into the game via Rafinha. And although they had a man sent off late, it would finish 1-1. And I don't think that's a bad result at all, considering we were playing a rotated 11 away from home, but we are going to be back to full strength against Bayern Munich. So without further ado, let's head over to Signal Iduna Park for the featured game of today's episode and see if we can topple Bayern at the top of the table. Just when you thought this Bayern Munich front line couldn't get any better, they go and add Luis Diaz to the mix. So their front four is now Luis Diaz, Jamal Musiala, Michael Olise, Harry Kane. Absolutely insane. However, we are a match for them. Our front four, Jamie Gittens, Youssoufa Moukoko, Max Bayer, top goal scorer in the Bundesliga. Don't forget, as Petrovic puts us under pressure early, blocked by Felix Metscher. And of course, Karim Adeyemi rounds out our front four. So I think it's going to be a back and forth affair. You would imagine a high goal scoring game. You would imagine there's going to be goals over the course of this next 90 minutes. And we are certainly going to be going for goals. We kind of sat back a little bit against Barcelona. With the rotated 11, away from home. Good save. I mean, good block. And then predicting the good save, which Petrovic eventually made. Today's video is sponsored by Enigma Football, the UK's leading supplier of football shirt mystery boxes. Whether you're looking for a fun way to expand your own football shirt collection, or you're looking for a unique gift for the diehard football fan in your life, Enigma Football have got you covered. Their mystery boxes start at just $34.99, which is almost half the standard retail price, and you can be 100% sure that their shirts are authentic because they get them straight from the clubs and manufacturers themselves. And you can reduce that price even further by using code LAMBZY at the checkout for 10% off your first order. That code applies to any single football shirt mystery box, and it also applies to the first month of any mystery box subscription package, where you receive a fresh new shirt on your doorstep every single month. You can be sure you'll get a shirt that you like too. You can ask Enigma Football to send you a shirt from a specific league with a specific color or pattern, or to avoid certain teams. And if you still don't like what they send, you have 60 days to either return or exchange it. So head over to Enigma Football and place your order today. The link is in the description, and be sure to use code LAMBZY at the checkout for 10% off your first order. Shout out to Enigma Football for sponsoring the video and for hooking me up with a couple of shirts, including a Dortmund shirt for this series. Now let's get back to the video. But yeah, rotated 11 away from home against Barcelona with the return leg at Signal Iduna Park to come. I was happy enough to play fairly conservative and just make sure we didn't lose the game. Head is clear at the near post by Jamie Gittens. Unbelievable goal. Unbelievable goal to put us behind within 5 minutes. Jamal Musiala with the strike. Looked fairly inconspicuous, or fairly innocuous rather, as Gittens head the ball clear. It was just knocked down for Musiala in just first time on the volley. Was it just about a half volley? It was. Caught it on the half volley. What a strike. Credit where credit is due. Not happy to be a goal down within 5 minutes against the league leaders. But I mean, sometimes opponents just come up with a moment of quality. And that's exactly what Jamal Musiala did there. Good challenge, Omaracic. We need to find our feet in this game. Felix Mecha finds Kuto. Adeyemi. Good run from Max Bayer. Adeyemi drops it into his path. Alphonso Davies for company. Bayer continues, pulls it back across for Adeyemi. And the ball almost ended up in the back of the net there. Noble made the save, but it looked as though it was going to loop up and over his body and into the back of the net. But as we said, there's going to be goals in this game. Bayern Munich on the score sheet already. And we almost had an equaliser barely 5 minutes later. Can't quite find Bayer in the box. Headed clear by Bayern Munich. Zabitzer can't collect though. It's Michael Elise out on the right-hand side. He's going to be cutting in onto that magical left foot over the course of the game, you would imagine. Luis Diaz on the right. Likely to play a little more direct, hug the touchline a little bit more. That's cut inside for Musiala, who drives, who beats Anton, and it's a good block from Omaracic, reading the danger and coming across. Omaracic going to be playing a lot more now that Schlotterbeck has departed. And that was an excellent block from the young centre-back, who has been impressive. Hasn't played. That's another good block. And another good challenge from Omaracic, but it does fall for a Bayern man, and still we can't hook clear. It's a great challenge though from Zabitzer, and Gittens beats his man and is away. And Max Bayer is in behind, and I think Gittens has overcooked the pass, and he has. Just needed to drop that into the channel for Bayer to run onto. Ordinarily it's Yusuf and Makoko on that left-hand side, but it was Bayer drifting across. Saw where the space was. Saw where he could really utilise his pace. But the pass from Gittens, not a good one. Mecha comes across. Harry Kane. Finds Diaz cutting inside. And how has that gone in? That looked to be a comfortable save for Petrovic. Is that taking a deflection? It's a shot from range from Diaz. It didn't look, there wasn't a huge amount of pace on the strike. And it certainly wasn't tucked right into the corner of the net. Is that taking a deflection, or has Petrovic just let us down there? Will we be able to see on the replay? I'm guessing probably not. It's tough to tell. I think Petrovic was just slightly unsighted by Maracic in front of him. And out of the blue, we are 2-0 down 17 minutes into this game. Both those goals from kind of innocuous situations, as Mecha gets his pocket picked by Musiala. And Bayern Munich just about top of the table, hanging on to top spot by a thread at the moment. They have come out looking to prove that they are still top dogs here in the Bundesliga. Gittins tries to cross towards Adeyemi. It is blocked by a hand. Gittins can't beat his man. We said we'd be going for goals in this game. We have no choice now. 2-0 down within 20 minutes. Potentially the right strategy is to sit back and just solidify. Make sure we don't go a third goal behind. And then just try and work our way back into the game late. I don't like the approach. I think we need to be aggressive. I think we need to be direct. I think we need to be brave. It's Couto. Can't bring it under his spell. Alphonso Davies finds Musiala out on the left-hand side now. That's something really unique about this Bayern Munich team, is that the three behind Harry Kane really rotate. Very true to life. You don't often see that in FC. Ordinarily, players in those kinds of positions just stick to their positions, but Musiala's coming out to the left, Diaz cutting in to a more central position, and that rotation is really causing our defenders some bother at the moment. Adeyemi squares it for Bayer, who also squares it for Makoko. Doesn't quite reach him though. Looks clear by the Bayern keeper, and that's just going to be taken down in the centre circle, completely unchallenged. Completely unchallenged. We needed either one of our centre-backs to step up there, or one of our centre-mids to drop in. We cannot be allowing Bayern Munich that kind of space, in the middle of the park no less. Couto, we just can't do anything right at the moment. As soon as we do something right, like that excellent interception by Yan Couto, he then takes a heavy touch and gives it straight back. It's one step forward and two steps back every time we win possession at the moment. Thankfully Davis there is offside, so that will give us a brief reprieve from this relentless Bayern Munich attack. Adeyemi tries to find Couto, and again it's just so poor. So poor. Jamie Gittins though, good run on that left hand side. Makoko instead just holds on to it and finds Adeyemi. He's trying to find some space or an option in support, just anything. Gittins pulls it back. Adeyemi strikes, blocked, headed clear. Mecha wins the rebound, and I think it's going to be a free kick Bayern. And it is. The refs let him off there. Half an hour into this game and we are yet to really create an opportunity. Very, very poor performance so far. As Lima on the right-hand side. And look at Musiala now. We've seen him drift over to the left-hand side. Drifting over to the right-hand side now. Just so difficult to pick up. Makoko drives. Gittins outside him. But instead he lofts it up towards Adeyemi, who lofts it across towards Max Bayer, but it's blocked by Davis. Adeyemi picks his pocket though. Gets it onto his left foot and swings it in, but what do we say? It's a step forward and two steps back. Excellent work from Adeyemi to win that ball back. And then the cross is just far too deep. So we see that Diaz goal again. 3 goals in just 6 appearances for Bayern Munich. I'm guessing Ben Seguir has held on to his starting role more often than not. But Luis Diaz proving his worth already here today. As Zabitzer steps up to press. Moukoko the same. Max Bayer also leading the line. Really nicely worked from Bayern Munich though. So calm, so composed in possession. João Cancelo, of course, playing against his second former club today. Already taken on Barcelona. And now taken on Bayern Munich. Crossed in by Elise. Headed clear by Couto. And Adeyemi can bring it away on this right-hand side. Really good pace from Adeyemi. And again, the pass is just a poor one. As soon as we create a bit of space, we just give possession back to Bayern Munich. Max Bayer finds Cancelo. And there's Moukoko, who switches it to Yan Couto. Really good ball in towards Adeyemi. Takes a tumble in the box. Just lost his footing, I think. No foul in there. But he was well positioned to potentially turn a header towards goal there, Adeyemi. Could have done with him keeping his feet. Lima drives. Bayern Munich potentially a little happier just to retain possession now. Now that we approach half-time. Look at that from Omar Acic again. Excellent, excellent challenge. That's certainly not an excellent challenge. And we will take the free kick and likely a booking here. It is a booking for Palhinha. It was a very, very poor challenge on Adeyemi as he looked to break. Late. Not too dangerous, but certainly late. Couto. Just drives. Beats Davis for pace. Lost it into a dangerous area, but neither of our strikers well positioned to get on the end of it. Mecha finds Zabitzer. Reverse pass into the feet of Adeyemi. Looking for the reverse pass to Max Bayer, but just not on the same page. That's been the story of this first half. We just have not been on the same page. Been a disorganised, chaotic performance in this first period. And we had a chance heading into this game to go top of the Bundesliga. And it is certainly not looking as though we are going to be in that position when the referee blows his final whistle. We certainly don't deserve to be in that position when the referee blows his final whistle. Based on our current performance, the referee blows his half-time whistle and it is boos that sound around Signal Iduna Park. Understandably so. The stakes were high coming into this game. One team has risen to the occasion. One team certainly hasn't. If you're enjoying the game and today's episode, please take a second to like the video. And if you want to see more realistic FC25 content, be sure to subscribe, not just to catch the next episode of this series, but other realistic career modes, realistic rebuilds, slider updates that might be dropping in the future. And if you want to get ahead of the curve and see those kinds of videos before anybody else, consider becoming a 12th man member of the channel. Membership starts at just $1.99 a month and grants you exclusive early access to all new videos, with tier rewards scaling up from there and including the possibility of being featured in my career mode saves. Thank you to everyone who is already supporting the channel through their membership. It is genuinely very much appreciated and helps the channel to run. But now let's head back out for the second half. So one change as we emerge for the second half. Karim Adeyemi unfortunately picked up a knock in that first period, so has had to leave the field. And it is Kaoru Mitoma to come on to replace him. Like for like, so Mitoma will be out on that right-hand side. Jamie Gittins maintaining his place on the left. I did briefly consider bringing Thiago Thomas on and moving Max Bayer out to the right-hand side. That was where he first broke into the team in Season 2. As Petrovic claims. Throws it out to Mitoma. And Jan Couto on the overlapping run, but look at the quality of the pass. The lack of quality of the pass, to be more precise. An opportunity to break, we absolutely squander it. And Bayern create another opportunity with Harry Kane. Can't find space to shoot. Does lay it off for, I think, Diaz. I thought that was in. Thought that was in, the shot from Musiala. Thought the game was over. Thankfully, he puts it wide. And we are still alive in the fixture. Really need to improve our play. So we do find Matoma out on the right-hand side. He drives. Couto outside him. And again, there's too much on it. I don't know what's wrong with this today. It was a decent enough performance against Barcelona. Not spectacular by any means, but solid, professional, competent. We've been anything but competent today as Matoma just passes it straight to Harry Kane. And a lunging challenge from Jan Couto is going to earn him a booking. First booking of the game for Dortmund. Fully deserved. And our woes continue. Our troubles continue here in the second half. It's a poor challenge. Not too dissimilar from the one that earned Palhinha a booking before the break. Omaracic finds Zavica. Elise with the press. Cancelo will find Gittins. Looking for Moukoko in behind, but it was a run that was well tracked. João Cancelo spotted Jan Couto on the far side. Has found Jan Couto on the far side. Couto will drive. Can't find Matoma. Poor position taken up by Matoma, to be fair. And again, we just try and force the pass. We're forcing things now. We're at that point in the game, and we're in that frustrated mindset where things just aren't going our way, and we're running out of time. So now every time we get the ball, we try and force something. Bayern Munich have just completely done a number on us today. Got us completely off our game. Gittins cuts back onto his right, gets the shot away. It's a poor one. Didn't wrap his foot around it, and it goes harmlessly wide. That's the clearest sight of goal that we've had in the game so far, though, which is worrying, to say the least. Alphonso Davies. Toma pressing, can't win it back. We'll have to think about some more changes as we approach the hour mark. Not so much for fresh legs, but more so for fresh ideas. Because 15 minutes into the second period, this is still a lackluster performance, to say the least. Blocked, I believe, by Omaracic after Diaz's shot, and will go out for a Michael Elise corner as Bayern look to extend their lead and secure the game. Well and truly, we continue to play as we are. The game is going to be more than secure as it stands, but you never know. Goal in the next 5 or 10 minutes and everything could change. But Bayern to make a change, Palacio to come off, Martinez to come on. We will hold off for another 5 or 10, and we will take the free kick short. Couto up to Matoma. Surrounded by Bayern Munich shirts, and gives it straight to one of them. Not even one of them that was surrounding him. Absolutely just mind-boggling performance. Absolutely mind-boggling. Bayern Munich have played well, obviously well. Credit where it's due, like we said. It's been a constricting performance from them. But honestly, what a save that is. And it's in, regardless. What an unbelievable save from Petrovic. But Harry Kane thumps it into the net on the rebound. The game is well and truly gone. And I think based on this performance, it really doesn't matter that it's Bayern Munich. We would have lost to Heidenheim. We would have lost to Hanover, Hamburg, Holstein Kiel. I don't think it matters who the opponents would have been today. I think we would have lost. It's been an absolutely atrocious performance. Probably the worst of the series so far, not even just of Season 3. But I can't think of too many worse performances than this. Nuri Sahin to make a few changes. Jakub Kiwior, Thiago Tomas, Frankowski to come on as well. The changes ultimately are meaningless, are irrelevant at this stage. It's more likely that Barcelona score... Barcelona. Almost did that earlier. It's more likely that Bayern Munich score a fourth than we score a first. Petrovic incensed with his defence. Did make an excellent save moments ago before that third goal, but I think it was Petrovic that was at fault for the second. I don't think there was a deflection. Headed off the line by Mecha. Zabica couldn't quite head clear, but Frankowski does hook clear. Kind of up in the general direction of Matoma, but doesn't have enough power on it to reach him. Musiala finds Elise. Gets a cross in deep. Saved again by Petrovic. And Cancelo hooks clear. This time he does find Matoma, who in turn finds Thiago Tomas. Good strength to hold off the challenge of the Bayern defender. And Gittins will drive. Nobody in the box to aim for. Has to turn back. Finds Zabica and Cancelo. And it's another poor pass. We just needed it squared to Felix Mecha there, who does win the ball back for us to his credit, but a terrible pass from João Cancelo. Zabica, can he get the shot away? Yes, he can. Decent enough effort, to be fair, with his left. The weaker of his 2 feet. And here comes Benzema. As if Bayern Munich needed any more firepower. Unreal performance from Musiala today, though. It's so difficult to keep track of, to mark. Picking up pockets of space across the pitch, left to right. Incredible performance. It's why he's one of the best, most talented, most valuable prospects, or youngsters, or just players in the world. Luis Diaz drives. Frankowski can't win it back. Harry Kane looking for another. Diaz once again. And it's a great challenge from Anton. Our centre-backs haven't played too bad, in fairness. You could potentially blame Omaracic for the second goal. It was Omaracic that unsighted Petrovic. It's a great ball from Gittins, headed clear. It was Omaracic that unsighted Petrovic, but really I think it was more on the keeper, unless there was a slight deflection, and then you just throw your hands up and say fair enough. And Mracic has to try and get in the way. Nothing Petrovic can do if it's changed direction in the air or at the last moment. Didn't look to be a deflection though, from what I could tell. Kane squared. Diaz again cutting in. Alphonso Davies on the overlap has been an issue for us as well. And we may as well continue to try and get back into this game. Jamie Gittins can't carry us up the field. And with 12 minutes left, we may as well just sit back now. The game is gone. There's no way we're scoring 3 goals in 10 minutes. Especially when we haven't shown that we can score 1 in the last 80. Gittins nods it down for Tomas. Again, well, I mean, I said let's just sit back. And then I'm annoyed that we don't have any options forward. Gittins. Again tries to cut inside. Again, it's a good challenge. You just can't fault Bayern's performance today, really. I can't think of a single way in which they've not been the better team. Can't really think of a single mistake they've made. A single shortcoming that we can attribute to them. Front to back, left to right. Attacking, defending. Controlling possession. Pressing. Every single facet of the game. They've been incredible. Finishing. Nicely worked. Davies. Deep cross. Not a great one. Still finds its way to Elise. And falls for Kane. Who gets a vicious shot away. Petrovic again does well to save. Gittins uses his pace. Look at that defending. Absolutely outrageous defending. Absolutely outrageous from the right back Buzzko. Gittins beaten for pace. Sliding challenge to wrestle the ball back. We've just been outclassed. Completely outclassed. Anton heads up rather than away. And the ball does find its way back to Petrovic. He will just drop the ball at his feet and find Felix Metscher. Very little left to play for in this game, though. Nothing left to play for in this game, if we're honest. Not even sure I want a consolation goal. Not even sure we deserve a consolation goal. It's a sweeping ball out, searching for Frankowski, but it's another inaccurate one. Too much on it. Martinez finds Kimmich as Bayern look to just salt away the remaining few minutes of the game. Buzzko finds Kimmich once more. And Palhinha. Sweeping ball out to Alphonso Davies. And somehow Frankowski gets something on it, apparently. So it will be a Bayern throw. Ben Seguir. Luis Diaz. Good challenge from Felix Metscher. Lays it into the path of Mitoma. And I guess if we can get a consolation goal with Max Bayer, I wouldn't hate that. And we do. Means absolutely nothing. But a 35th goal in 36 games for Max Bayer. If there was anybody that could score a consolation goal, I would have chosen Max Bayer to be that player. It's going to keep him ahead of the likes of Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala at the top of the Bundesliga goal-scoring charts. But that's literally all the goal means. Means absolutely nothing in the scheme of the game. 23 and 25 in the Bundesliga. I believe it's 34 and 36 total. 35 and 36 total. Unreal season, but unreal performance from Bayern Munich. Unbelievably bad performance from us as well, though. Take nothing away from Bayern Munich. They were incredible. Said it multiple times. Credit where it's due. Crazy performance from Bayern Munich. Front to back, left to right. Every single player on absolutely top form. But it's just disappointing that we didn't give the account of ourselves that we know we could have given based on our current form this season. So that disappointing result means that we don't leapfrog Bayern Munich at the top of the table. Instead, Bayer Leverkusen leapfrog us. Bayern Munich extend their lead to 4 points. And to make matters worse, that knock that forced Karim Adeyemi off the pitch at half-time is a broken toe. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season. But will be Mitoma coming in to replace Adeyemi once more as we host Barcelona in the return leg of our round of 16 match in the Champions League. And the episode goes from bad to worse. Not only do we fail to supplant Bayern Munich at the top of the Bundesliga, but we also fail to progress to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Barcelona knocking us out 4-3 on aggregate after a 3-2 victory. Max Bayer equalises half an hour into the game. After Barca open the scoring, Olmo puts them ahead just before half-time. Again, we equalise through Zabitzer, but Olmo scores the winner 10 minutes from time to send Barcelona through, to send us crashing out. So we enter our fourth game of the episode against Wolfsburg. Pretty desperate for a win. Ozan Kabak, Julian Duranville, Thiago Thomas comes back into the side against his former club. And we lose again. 3-1. What a disastrous episode. Thomas does score against his former club in the second minute, no less. But then it's 3 straight goals from Wolfsburg to give them a 3-1 victory. So after an unbeaten streak that lasted the best part of 4 months, things have absolutely fallen apart for us in the month of March, failing to win. And we could well, with Bayer Leverkusen, the only team left on the fixture list, we could well fail to win in the entire episode. So we have one final opportunity to redeem ourselves against Bayer Leverkusen, where Max Bayer moves out to that former position that he once occupied on the right-hand side. That allows both Yusufa Moukoko and Thiago Thomas to start up front alongside him. We played better here against Leverkusen than we did against Bayern Munich, but really that says more about how poor we were against Bayern than how good we were here. It was a back and forth game early, but really Bayer Leverkusen, on the balance of things, probably had the better of the first half. Jamie Gittens in particular missing a number of gilt-edged opportunities for us. Gittens' hard work would finally be rewarded in the second half, though, as Daniel Buzzko found him cutting in off that left-hand side, and he fired past the Leverkusen goalkeeper to make it 1-0. Leverkusen did find their way back into the game after some sloppy play in midfield, and Victor Osimhen fired past Petrovic to level things up with about 20 minutes left on the clock. But 10 minutes from time, Max Bayer did what he does best. It was a great ball, to be fair, from Yusufa Moukoko. Perfectly timed, perfectly placed into the path of Bayer, who tapped home to make it 2-1. So we do thankfully manage to get a solitary win in an otherwise disastrous month, which does, at least to some extent, solidify our place just behind Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. They are now 7 points ahead, still yet to lose this season though. So our chances of winning the title vanishingly thin at this stage. And as if losing Karim Adeyemi wasn't enough, Felix Mecha, Marcel Sabitzer and Thiago Thomas all went down against Leverkusen. Thomas will be out for 4 weeks, but like Adeyemi, will be without both Sabitzer and Mecha for the remainder of the season. So our hopes of Champions League glory have been dashed. Our chances of winning the Bundesliga have been destroyed. Even our squad has been demolished in today's episode. It's tough to think how things could possibly have gone worse, but we do still have 2 episodes remaining this season, and we will try and put the broken pieces of our season back together in the next one. I hope to see you there. Take it easy.